While most stores are closed, the Mary Mac Bakehouse online store is still up and running. Go to marymacpodcast.com to find easy, delicious mixes for breads, muffins, scones, and more. And there's free shipping on all orders over $50. Plus, check out our recipes that we've posted from previous podcast episodes. That's all on marymacpodcast.com.
Hello and welcome to In the Kitchen with Mary Mac. Well, it's April 5th, 2020, and the entire country has been grounded. So no one can go anywhere, do anything. Everything's closed. We're running out of toilet paper, yeast, eggs, you name it. It's crazy out there. In addition to all that fun stuff, Easter and Passover are coming up this week ahead of us. So I was trying to think of something springy and Eastery and, something. And I realized, well, I hadn't done really a vegan recipe in a while. And I hadn't done it. It just occurred to me that this is another carrot recipe.
There's a lot of vegan carrot recipes.
Carrots are good. So anyway, last week was my sister's birthday. Double nickel. Shout out to Jane. Happy birthday, Janie. Of course, we couldn't do anything. So I'm sorry. So I made her a carrot cake, and she does not eat any animal products. She's vegan. So I made her a carrot cake that I've used this cake recipe several times on the podcast. I have a chocolate edition of this that we've made. I have a vanilla edition of this that we've made. And now we're going to have the carrot cake edition. So this cake actually is the sort of cake that uses baking soda and vinegar for its rise. It doesn't call for any milk, no butter, and no eggs. So this is a great cake I've given this recipe out a lot of times, the base recipe of this out to people that have either egg or dairy allergies. So it's a good cake. It's a very good cake. Now, I made it into a carrot cake by reading numerous carrot cake recipes and then, tweaking it around and seeing what I could do to turn it into a carrot cake recipe. And I've done it a couple of tries, and I think it's really good. I like this carrot cake because I'm sure if you're a carrot cake person, one of the things that I don't like about some carrot cakes is they're really, really wet. This is not a really wet cake, but it's moist. It's very good. And the icing for this, instead of using traditionally on carrot cake, a cream cheese based icing is used. Now you could always use the dairy-free cream cheese. However, I'm not a huge fan of cream cheese frosting. You could definitely use that if you want to. And you don't even have to make it vegan. You can, when I give you the icing part of this, you can actually use regular cream cheese. But I used Country Crock brand plant butter. That's what it's called, plant butter. And I like it for icing and frosting because a lot of the spreads that do not use any dairy in them have a strange flavor to them. And I've tried probably just about everything on the market. And this is the one for cooking and baking that I like the best, the Country Crock plant butter. It comes in sticks and it's just about the same as using butter or margarine. The only thing is you have to watch your moisture with it. So if you're making like a crumb topping for a pie or something like that you want to get crispy, you want to maybe use a little bit less of the plant butter in the recipe. So if it calls for 1 stick of butter, you might take like a tablespoon or 2 off. That would be it because it seems to have a little more moisture in it, but it works really well for a frosting. So on this, it was very good. So here is the carrot cake. You're going to use a 9 by 13 cake pan, which will be greased and floured. And then it will bake at 350 degrees for 45 to 50 minutes. Usually 45 is good, but 50 it'll be perfect. Okay. Here's what you're going to need. 3 cups of flour, 2 cups of light brown sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, a half teaspoon of salt. And you're going to mix that up in a bowl. And then you're going to add to that 2 cups of water, 2/3 cups of oil, canola or vegetable oil, 2 teaspoons of white vinegar. If you don't have white vinegar, you can use cider vinegar or wine vinegar or whatever, but white vinegar is usually what you use. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. You can add these to the dry ingredients if you want to, or you can add them after you mix in the wet ingredients, but you're going to add for your spices 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, and a 1/2 teaspoon of cloves. Okay? And then you're going to mix that batter up pretty well. Then you're going to add 3 cups, which is about 1 pound, of finely shredded carrots. And I just used my food processor. Clean them and shred them in your food processor. And like I said, it's just about 1 pound of carrots. So 3 cups of shredded carrot, 3/4 cup of chopped walnuts, and 3/4 cup of golden or regular raisins. I used golden raisins because I like them better. Then you're going to stir those into your batter, scrape that batter into your pan and level it, and then bake it at 350 for 45 to 50 minutes. Once that's done and completely cold, you can frost it with this icing or whatever icing you choose to use. So for the icing, you need 16 ounces of powdered sugar, a 1/2 cup of plant butter, or you can use cream cheese. If you don't care about it, you can use regular butter if you want to, but 1/2 cup of plant butter or 1/2 cup of vegan cream cheese, regular cream cheese, whatever. 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and then start to blend that. And I used for the liquid vanilla almond milk. Okay. You could use regular too, but this was really good with vanilla almond milk. It made such a rich flavor to it. Very, very good. I don't usually buy vanilla almond milk, but my vision is getting really, really poor. So I'm pretty sure I did not have any intention of buying vanilla almond milk, and somehow it's in my refrigerator. So I'm going to owe that to not being able to see. My daughter just suggested that I should get those glasses that oral surgeons have, that have the different magnifying glasses that flip down. So I'll probably be walking around in those soon. So you're going to need about 2 tablespoons of vanilla almond milk, maybe 3, but add 1 tablespoon at a time and mix it up. I just use a wooden spoon and beat it and mix it up until it gets to a nice spreading consistency. And then frost your cake and gobble it up because it is really good. I don't know what the combination of the walnuts and raisins in this cake, the flavor is just so good, and the aroma of the cake itself is so good. You could probably go without even icing this, really, and maybe just put a shot of almond whipped cream on it or something like that. But it's just a really good, flavorful cake and very, very simple to make. And like I said, when you do your dry ingredients, if you want to put the spices in, then you can. If you want to wait until you mix your batter up, you can. It's a pretty simple, quick cake, and I thought it would be a very nice cake to have over the holidays for Passover, or Easter, or anything else this spring. It's just a nice, nice, good, yummy cake. And that is my vegan carrot cake recipe.
Make sure to check us out online on Facebook and Instagram at Mary Mac Bakehouse, on Twitter at Mobile Mary Mac and Mary Mac Podcast, and on our website, marymacpodcast.com.
Happy baking! Thanks a lot for listening if you did, and if you didn't, too bad for you.